and clutch assembly. The working principle of the milling machine is the working principle employed in a metal removing operation on a milling machine is that the work is rigidly clamped on the table of the machine and revolving cutter which has multiple teeth mounted on the arbor. The cutter revolves at a high speed and the work is fed slowly against the cutting tool. The work can be fed in a vertical, longitudinal or a cross direction depending upon the type of the milling machine being used. As the work proceeds, the cutter teeth removes the metal from the surface of the work job to produce the desired shape. So there are many operations that can be done in a milling. It starts with the first one, plain milling or a slab milling operation. So the plain milling operation, it is the most common type of milling machine operation. Plain milling is performed to produce a plane surface or a flat surface, horizontal surface parallel to the axis of rotation of a plain milling cutter. The operation is also known as slab milling. To perform operation, the work and the cutter are secured properly on the machine. The depth of the cut is set by rotating the vertical feed screw of the table, and the machine is started after selecting the right speed and feed. So this is a schematic arrangement of a slab milling or a plain milling cutter where it is moved against the workpiece. So if we take a glance of the operations done in the milling machine, the main purpose of the milling machine is to produce some flat surfaces. It may be a conical or anything, but it produces a flat surface. So that is the most important operation of a milling. And the next operation is face milling. So this is also a simplest milling operation. This is performed by face milling cutter. So for each milling operation, the cutter is named based upon the operation that is done. So if you are doing a face milling, and the cutter used for that face milling is called as face milling cutter. So it rotates about an axis on the work surface, and it is used for producing some flat surfaces. And this is a schematic representation of a face milling. The next one is end mill. End mill, this is also an operation which is used to produce a flat surface, maybe a horizontal or a vertical or at an angle in reference to the table surface. So the cutter we are using for this type of end mill is called as end mill cutter, and also used for production of slots, grooves or a keyways. So a vertical milling machine is suitable for producing this end milling operation. And the next one is slot milling. The operation of producing keyways, grooves and slots of varying shapes and size can be performed in a milling machine. It is done by using a plain milling cutter, a metal slitting saw, an end mill or by a side milling cutter. The open slots can be cut by a plain milling cutter, a metal slitting saw or by a milling cutter. The closed slots are produced by using the end mills. So this is a schematic arrangement of a slot milling, where this is the cutter used for producing this slots. So according to the slot, the cutter also differs. So this is a cutter which is used for producing some T slots. So for dovetails and other keyways, the cutter will differ. And the next one is angular milling. So this is an type of operation which is used for producing some angular surface on the workpiece at the right angles to the axis, and if we need a V shape, two cutters are joined together to form a double angle V blocks. So here in this image, two cutters are joined together to produce a V blocks. Or else if we need a single just a single conical surface, a single cutter is used. And the next one is form milling. The form milling, it is an operation of producing the irregular contour by using form cutters. The irregular shape, it may be a concave shape or a convex shape or any other shape. After machining, the formed surface is inspected by a template gauge. So the cutting rate for form milling is about 20 to 30% less than that of a plain milling. And this is the schematic arrangement of a form milling process. The next one is straddle milling. So this is an operation of producing a flat vertical surface both sides by a workpiece or by using two side milling cutters mounted on a same arbor. The distance between the two cutters is adjusted by using suitable spacing collars. The straddle milling is commonly used to design a square or a hexagonal surfaces, and this is the cutter used for this straddle milling. And the next one is gang milling. So gang milling means two different cutters are mounted in an arbor, and simultaneously in the same time two different operations take place in an workpiece. So this is the arrangement of a gang milling machine. And the next one is gear cutting. So the ultimate aim of a milling machine is to produce some gears, some profiles. So the gear cutting operation is performed in a milling machine by using a form relieved cutter. The cutter used for that is called as form relieved cutter. The cutter may be a cylindrical type or end mill type. The cutter profile fits exactly with the tool space of the gear. Equally spaced gear teeth are cut on a gear blank by holding the work on a universal dividing head and then indexing it. And the next one is thread milling. So the thread milling machine operations are used to produce threads by a single or multiple thread milling cutter. The thread milling operations is performed in a special thread milling machines to produce accurate threads in a small or a large quantities. So this schematic, it shows a cutter which are producing external threads in a workpiece. So this milling, it can be done in a lathe machine also with the help of this cutter. So this is about the operations that can be done in an milling machine. Thank you. Now we'll be seeing about the indexing techniques that are used in a milling operation. So indexing means switching between the cutters or rotating the cutters. Since it is a multi-point cutting tool, the indexing is the most common thing that is needed in a milling operation, because in order to change between the teeth to perform the operation, we need the indexing mechanism. So there are of two types. One is simple indexing. So and this is the schematic representation of a simple indexing mechanism. At first, the handle of the indexing plate is rotated manually. So here you can see a handle over here. It is rotated manually. With the handle, the crank also rotates. So here is a crank attached to the lever which also rotates. As the crank rotates, the worm shaft it also rotates attached, and hence the worm also rotates. So when we are rotating the index plate with the help of a lever, the crank rotates, and the crank, which in turn makes the worm shaft rotates, and the worm shaft, it makes the worm wheel to rotate. So when the worm rotates, the teeth of the worm wheel, it passes through the worm and produce a partial rotation in the worm wheel. When the worm, it completes one rotation, one tooth of the worm wheel passes through the worm. The spindle and the faceplate connected to the worm wheel also rotates when the with the worm wheel. The workpiece is connected to the faceplate and also rotates with the worm wheel. Indexing mechanism is mainly used to cut teeth of the spur gear. It is also used for cutting splines, milling grooves in reamers, taps, and spacing holes on a circle. So this is about the simple indexing mechanism. And the next one is compound indexing mechanism. So simple indexing means there is only one worm wheel, whereas here there are number of gears attached in a single indexing plate. So when one indexing plate is rotated with the help of the lever, the worm shaft that are connected to the various worm wheels makes it also to rotate. Along with that, there is a idler also which causes them to rotate. So differential indexing is used where the fraction of rotation crank can be achieved without using holes of indexing plates. This situation occurs when the workpiece has to be divided into number of divisions which is greater than the maximum number of holes in an indexing plates can have. So maximum indexing plates, it can have about 66 holes. For more than 66 division, differential indexing mechanism is used. So this is about the indexing mechanisms that are used in a milling machine. Thank you.